Welcome aboard, all you wonderful groomers, pet stylists, and canine cosmetologists. You found the Traveling Groomers Podcast, where we discuss lessons learned from mobile and house call grooming. I'm one of your hosts, Chris Bear Anthony. Any moment now, we'll be joined by my co-host and friend, retired mobile groomer and educator extraordinaire, Maryoquendo, and very likely a special guest to help us chat about all things grooming, grooming industry related, and just plain fun digressions that I will totally wrangle back to topic. Grab those travel mugs and climb aboard to see where today's topic will bring us. Let's roll! Pet Edge is a leading provider of professional grooming shampoos, tools, equipment, and more from top brands at competitive prices. Check their website often for new products, sales, and special offers. For a limited time, save 5% off your order with promo code TRAVELER10. Find what you need to succeed at petedge.com. Hey, that was a wrong one, but I got to fix it in post anyway. Hi, Mary.
How's it going?
It's dandy. It's absolutely dandy. And welcome to episode number 321, recorded on 320. Ooh, 321 recorded on 320. That will air on April 22nd.
Yes.
Oof. So we are just freshly back from Groomed, formerly Atlanta Pet Fair. So
okay, just for fun, I put into Claude, one of the chat, one of the AI things, what is a better name than Groomed for a professional pet show in Atlanta? And you want to know what it came up with?
Did it come up with Atlanta Pet Fair?
No.
Sorry.
Peachy Paws.
No. Oh,
yeah,
no.
I'm thinking I'm going to stick with Groomed.
Oh, no. Oh, God, no. Because, I mean, I get where they're going. I understand Georgia is the peach state. However, groomers are filthy beasts.
Yep.
I know this because I am a filthy beast. And my mind immediately went places. Places, Mary.
Okay.
Don't know why. Places. Anywho's. Yeah, no.
Because I was talking to Denise saying they could not come up with a better name than Groomed.
I'm sure there were reasons.
I think someone thought it was clever.
Yeah. I'm not touching that one with a 10-foot pole, but you made it home safe.
Yes. I had always planned to get home on Tuesday because I spent a couple extra days, well, an extra day with my daughter.
Yep.
So I wasn't planning on going home to Tuesday, which I wasn't getting home to Tuesday no matter what. So
what happened? Because I don't think I told you. Hopefully, I'm praying that I used up all of my bad travel karma at Pasadena.
Okay, what I think happened, well, first of all, there were snowstorms in Chicago, so flights heading in that direction weren't going anywhere. There was also some flights laterally going to Texas that was canceled because of weather. And then along the East Coast, there was weather, but in particular, there was weather in Florida, where guess where the plane for Seattle was coming?
It was coming from Florida?
Coming from Florida first. So that in between the TSA shutdown, all right, or the TSA work stoppage, perhaps might be a better word for it.
I don't think either of those are fully accurate. I prefer to call it as it's called FAFO.
Yeah.
They found out, and it's you're not gonna.
The biggest, I mean, I think the busiest airport in the continental United States. So, lack of personnel, people were missing flights left and right because they couldn't get through security to start off with. And those flights that could, not all of them were going out. When I was in the Delta Lounge on Tuesday, the three people sitting at the table with me were trying to get home to Seattle. They were on the same flight as me. They had been trying to get home to Seattle for the last 3 days.
Now, I have some wise-assy questions.
Go for it.
And I say these are definitively wise-assy questions because I know that I'm the type of person, we've had these discussions, that I'd rather try to race through and get through by the seat of my pants than sit in an airport for a couple hours. And I know you're the get there X amount early type.
Yeah, well, it was on Tuesday when I was getting the notices from Delta, like leave 4 hours. I'm like, I don't need 4 hours because I have PreCheck and CLEAR.
Oh, yeah, me too.
So
Was CLEAR open on Tuesday?
that was,
CLEAR was not open on Monday.
yeah, I heard that.
I'm a little bit miffed at, but I was fortunate because I went, all right.
But you know what? It literally opened up when I got there. It had been closed. And when I guess, I don't know, maybe I'm special, but when I walked up to it, and magically we just opened.
See, I went, my flight is boarding at 7:11 or something. That's when it starts boarding. So I heard that the airport was a bit of a poop show.
Yeah.
And I completely understand because I also do not like to work for free because,
Yeah.
and I understand back pay. I understand the concept of back pay, but you know who doesn't understand the concept of back pay?
Your mortgage, your rent, the
My
supermarket,
PSE&G, the phone company. Yeah, all of these people don't get it.
Yep.
And it's even if you go, okay, well, I can miss a month or two. Yeah, that hit to your credit report. No, I get it.
Yeah.
But I'm still not sure why CLEAR closed because last I checked, CLEAR wasn't TSA agents.
No, it's not. So I'm not sure why that was why it had been closed. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. But anyway, I
Mary,
saw as I'm walking through PreCheck and CLEAR, and I'm looking at the other side where everybody else was waiting. Oh my God,
oh, it was
it was
terrifying.
close. I flying in and out of Atlanta many times. I have never seen it that backed up before.
Now, I have seen Seattle that backed up.
Well, the problem with Seattle is it isn't just the airport, it's the port is the port
It's
is
an international port. Yeah.
cruises that come in, they fly in into SeaTac for the cruises. So yeah, SeaTac can be a little crazy at times. Generally speaking, I try to avoid anywhere between that whole Friday and Monday bit if I can
Mm.
avoid it.
But I was lucky I got out because let me tell you, that was not the case in Pasadena. So in Pasadena, I knew there was some bad weather coming in on my end in
Oh
Newark.
yeah, that's right. I remember. Yeah, you guys got socked with snow.
We got like 27 inches or something insane.
Yep.
So I moved my flight and I said, this should do it. I was supposed to fly home Sunday night. I said, that's going to get canceled. Let me move it because I saw what time the snow was going to be. I said, oh, yeah, no problem. I'll move. Mary, do you know what time I got home from Pasadena?
What time did you get home?
I got home actually around the same time my flight was scheduled to come home, which was about 11:30 in the morning on Wednesday. On Wednesday. I was stuck there a whole extra evening and most of a day.
Yeah. Beth, who I roomed with when we were in Atlanta, she left Sunday thinking she was going to Florida. Um, However, she was really glad I kept the hotel
The
room
hotel room.
to Tuesday because she woke me up to say, "Hey, I'm coming back." So she had at least a place to stay. And she's like, "The hell with that. They're not getting me down there for 2 more days. I'm going to rent a car."
Yeah. I was very fortunate in Pasadena because my initial reaction was, whose couch can I crash on? And then I went, this is ridiculous. Abby, can you get you got a good rate at the hotel, right? Can I get one more night? She's like, of course. Have an extra. I had a forced vacation.
Okay.
I had a forced vacation. So it was actually nice ish, except I would rather be home, but I had a forced relax. And that happens. So I took that as the universe saying,
Take a day off.
you need to take a rest. You need to take a rest. So this actually, before we have to hit our first button, yeah. Um, this actually leads into one of the topics we have for today,
Okay.
which is, I know we've talked about it before, is your business still ergonomic for you? Does your business still work for you? Kind of a spring cleaning vibe. And I will get all into that after I find the button that I didn't have queued up, because here we go, queued up. I love being a house call groomer, but I hate doing laundry or worrying about asking my clients for fresh towels. Raypet has solved those problems for me with the Wet Pet disposable towel. Taking up much less space than traditional cotton towels and easy to wring out and reuse, these super soft, comfy, absorbent towels eliminate any cross-contamination concerns between pets, and now their new smaller washcloth size can even help those sensitive eye areas. Great for cleaning out wrinkles gently and thoroughly. Need to keep water bowls for your clients on hand that are easy to disinfect, but hate all the room traditional clanky metal bowls take up? Or just have a very active pet? Their collapsible silicone bowl comes with an aluminum D-ring hook that can be attached to your pet's leash or anywhere else in your van for easy storage. You can get one by itself or in their handy travel kit, along with a set of 3 tick removers and 1 small wet pet towel. So stop by their website to check it out, raypet.net, and tell them the Traveling Groomers sent you. Alrighty, so what I mean by spring cleaning your business, especially when you're mobile and house call, and this applies to shops too, because we get new things, we get new tools, we get gizmos, and some of them we use, and some of them wind up way in the back of a drawer. So once the weather gets warmer, and hopefully by the time this airs in April, we'll have some actually lovely, warm, sunny days, depending on what part of the country you're from. That is the time to go through, clean out that trunk, the hatch of your car, clean out your toolkit that you bring in and out of homes, clean out those nooks and crannies in your grooming van where you may have gotten a new product and didn't use it. It's if you haven't used it in 6 months, maybe it's not necessary, especially if you're house call, because that's weight we don't need to be carrying into. Now, if it is something like a first aid kit that you can be thankful you haven't used in 6 months, okay, now's the time. Did anything expire? Do I need to replenish anything? Did I find better of anything that I need to replace it with?
I don't know. I agree. What's one of the things I love? I love going to a trade show is to see all the new
Yeah.
things and what anything there is going to make my life just a little bit easier. I am always open to trying a new tool. Always.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
not anymore. I'm retired, Chris, from grooming.
Uh, There are one or two, there have been times that I looked at a new tool and went, not in a gajillion years. Thanks.
Well,
Thanks.
here's the thing too. So there are so many new things that have come out in the last couple of years. Since I've retired or just before I retired, I'm like, you couldn't have invented this 10 years ago.
Oh, like those neck dryers they have
Oh
now?
my God,
Those,
let's start with the list. The neck dryers, okay?
by the
The
way,
hand savers,
that,
the trait
yes.
savers. Well, the groomer's wall, yeah, that came out.
Depending, yeah, and I have one now, and I didn't get one for years because
Uh,
I'm like, I'm not bringing that. That's not a house call tool.
to handle it,
Yep.
all right? Just right off the top, okay? That's quickly coming to mind. And I'm sure I'm missing a couple of really great things too.
I'm really mad I didn't take a picture today, Mary, because I and by the way, what I love about the neck dryers, and it doesn't have to be the Gerpat one. There's a bunch of different ones. You try the one you like. But what I love about that is it is a gentle fluff dryer option that is now perfect for house call because it is small enough to fit in your kit that you bring in. I bring in with now every dog every time, just in case I want to use it. I need a little heat. I need a little fluff. But so I was grooming in a laundry room on a counter, and behind the counter there's some wire shelves, and I looked at it and I took the piece that goes around your neck and I went, huh, and I stuck it in the shelf. So now I have a stand dryer that's not attached to my neck, and because the dog's on a turntable table, I can just it was awesome. It was awesome.
If anyone sees me grimacing and looking down my shirt, um, I don't know what the hell Pooh ate. Either that or it's revenge farts for me being away for a week.
I need a moment to collect myself. I'm not going to make any jokes because we all know you're talking about Pooh Bear the dog,
Yes.
but when you start a sentence like grimacing when I look down my shirt, I hope you know that that's almost too easy. One might almost say it's low hanging fruit, and I'm not going to go there. Shit, do I need to cut that? I, you tell me. I didn't. I see. I can't help it, Mary. This is why Peachy Paws
They
is
would
a
never
bad
learn.
idea. This is why Peachy Paws. Woo. Yeah, yeah. Sorry. Sorry. I'm fine now. Oh, there's Pooh Bear.
Here's the hey, Pooh.
He looks like he's about to attack something.
No, and he's looking out the window.
Oh, okay. Well, something out the window is clearly offending him.
Well, he's got really good eyesight. I could see a couple of deer in the back.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, good Lord.
And that
Anyway,
as and moving it along.
moving right along. Wow, that was completely unnecessary. I kind of apologize, Mary, because that was a little rude, but it was fun. It was funny. It's fun.
You know, I have always said it, Chris. It's really hard to offend me.
Uh-huh.
Not that it can't be done, but it's a little difficult. But if you do it, I'm next time I see you, I'm going to give you a gold star to put on your forehead. I'm like, good job.
Okay, so if y'all see me at a trade show with a gold, not that you're at many trade shows now, but if you see me with a gold star on my forehead, I managed to actually
Offend me. And I'd be like,
offend.
holy cow,
Wow.
I'm offended.
Yeah, I had that moment.
I blame growing up with three brothers.
See, I blame that on, and it's almost time for commercial again. We're flying through, but I blame that on the comedy I was exposed to at a very young age. So I did some math the other day, and I think the age I came up with was 11. It might have been 9. I forget. I have to redo it, but I am a huge Mel Brooks fan. And I remember seeing Mel Brooks's version of To Be or Not to Be in the theater. And for whatever reason, I did some math and figured out how old I was at the time. Um, no, that's not an appropriate age to see that. This explains so much about my humor and yeah. Yeah, that explains a lot. That's inappropriate, but awesome. It was awesome, Mary. All right. So, why do I feel like we been talking that fast and time is flying?
Must be time for another commercial.
Guys, if the timing of this is really off and we just have like a half hour with no commercials at the end, I apologize. At least you got through them all right away. And this is a quick one. Hanvey Engineering isn't just for mobile groomers. I have loved my Hanvey equipment for years before I even thought of getting a mobile van, and I wouldn't want to groom without my bathing beauty and hair vac. With every piece of equipment in their van and outside of it having its own QR code linked to troubleshooting tips and fixes, these low-maintenance workhorses turn potential roadblocks into mere speed bumps. Check them out yourself at hanvey.com. Okay, no, I was pretty much on. I think where I got confused is I didn't expound on the topic. So I'm like, okay, what's next?
I just warned my daughter I've sent my grandson a package.
Uh-oh.
It's one of the nice things about being a grandma.
Yeah.
He's gonna love it, Chris. He's gonna love it.
Oh. No, 9. I was 9. I was 9.
Okay.
Yeah. That's some very specific adult sarcasm and humor.
You know, it doesn't make any noise, so we're good. Apparently, my daughters have been sending each other's kids initially musical presents.
Well, yes, you have to. That's like,
Cindy thought she was safe because she was never going to have kids and sending, you know, things that make a lot of noise to her sister's kids. And then lo and behold, she decided to have a kid. Revenge can be,
oh,
yeah,
see, all she has to do is have a dog and you send him a giggle ball. Have you heard those things?
yeah.
Those are kind of scary and loud. Yeah, and very hard to break. So the revenge of the grandma. So what are some other things we need to do to spring clean our business? Not just physically spring clean.
Okay. For me, always is going over uh, what am I spending money on that I should not be spending money on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So go look. All right. For those who have employees, okay. The supplies. How quickly are your employees not concerned with the cost of things because they're not actually paying for it? All right. So is there waste there? I know Beth had was driven up the wall by the amount of like shampoo and conditioners and her employees doing free blueberry facials because they got more tips if they did that without char. Yeah, so that's always
Yeah.
And she was mobile. That's really hard to keep track of.
It is. It is. Especially if you don't do like an invoice system and it's not spelled out. So maybe that's something to look at. Maybe you need new programming. Does the software you're using still work for you? Do
And
your policies and procedures need to be updated?
that's a good one. And here we go with policies and procedures. If policies, anything you have a client sign, okay, I am going to tell you, have a lawyer in the state in which you live, or I take that back, the state in which your business resides in, all right? Have it looked over by a business lawyer to make sure that it is legal in your state. And more
Mm-hmm.
importantly, is it enforceable? How many times have we watched Judge Judy throw something out?
Yeah. Yeah. It has to be legal and enforceable. Like that whole issue with the shaving the matted dog that turned into that. Do we have a name for that? Is that Doodlegate? That thing that happened right before Hershey a couple years ago?
Yeah, I think everyone called it Doodlegate
Doodlegate?
because terminology matters in legal documents.
Well, getting them to sign it properly
Well,
matters
I
in
think in
legal
that case, what
documents.
it is that she it was initialed when in her state it required a signature. I think
Oh,
that,
okay. I thought nothing was even initialed.
or the particular paragraph had to be whatever.
That section had to be noted, the section on shave down where there was a space to sign or initial next to it was blank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, this is why you have a business lawyer in your state look over the documents to make sure that it's legal, enforceable, and has the correct terminology in your state.
Someone just very, very politely put his spitty dog toy on my desk between my mouse and my phone and is now kind of staring and nudging at it because I'm supposed to be throwing this.
He's trying to fall asleep, or is actually trying to stay awake.
He's trying to stay awake. I just see his head start to like pull back into your.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a thing. And is there any new technology that you need to look into the legality of and whether or not you want it, like cameras?
Yes, again, there
Cameras
are,
is a really sticky subject.
yeah, there is. And some states require that anyone that you're recording or doing audio on, they have to sign off on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Not all states, some states. Is your state one of them? And I think also the bigger issue with doing the recordings, okay, is are you storing them somewhere? All right, because some systems will rewrite over it. And if it only has holding it for 30 days, and then the problem comes down 31 days, you don't have any video you have to back up your claim.
Mm-hmm.
So be aware of what your technology is, how to use it, how to store it.
Yeah. Because there are times, and I know everybody's like, oh yeah, and big, but there are times it could save your tuchus.
Yeah.
I know full well when there was one time in corporate that I felt like the video footage backed me up that I didn't do anything wrong. She still decided to sue because she thought whatever corporation had large pockets. But then again, it was a large corporation and it was officially not my problem.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there are pluses and minuses to these sort of things. But yeah, I mean, mileage tracker programs for taxes, any of that stuff. We're just past the tax deadline. Except me, I filed an extension. I cannot be bothered. I need more time to get my stuff together.
I don't know yet. Oh, maybe business.
It will by the time this
Right.
airs.
Yes, yes,
This
yes.
is airing on the 22nd, so we'll have already done all that.
Okay, so again, a lot of questions on Facebook about people filing their taxes and what they can and cannot claim. And just want to remind people that maybe some of us are accountants and also grooming, but probably not. So take whatever they're doing with a grain of salt. And it absolutely amazes me that people will post something on a what you think is private, but there's no such thing.
There's no such thing.
Okay? About something you're clearly doing that's illegal and admitting to it in a forum.
Yeah. And I've also, and it's almost that time. I'm looking up to see any if there were any comments on that, but I haven't paid attention to Facebook in so long. If the notifications were there, I missed it. But if you work for someone else, make sure all of your ducks are in a row that way too. Make sure you're classified correctly.
Yep.
The IRS does not like independent contractors. They don't like it. It's fussy. It's hard to do right. In some states, it's downright illegal. In some states, it's just difficult to do correctly. And one thing I realize is we're not always math people, and we're for sure not lawyers. Because a question that came up in one of my groups was, if you get paid commission, do you have to get paid overtime?
Depends on your state.
And the amount of, and this was specifically in a something from my state, but the amount of answers that was yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. I'm like, clearly, if it's 50-50 across the board, whether or not we're due overtime if we're commission employees, it's got to be only one of those. So half of us are wrong.
Yeah. That's
And
also one.
I Googled it and I'm reading the labor board's paper and I'm going, I think this is technically in English. If I
Oh,
had a half hour to sit with it, I could probably decipher it, but it would need a half hour of focus.
yeah. And here's the thing, like, not all our accountants are created equal, not all lawyers are created equal. For example, okay, let's just say you're in the middle of a divorce. Would you prefer to have a lawyer that specializes in divorce, or would you prefer to have a business lawyer?
Yep.
Two totally different topics, all right? Two different, um, they're two different lawyers. They have two different specialties. For the same reason that if I needed to go to see a heart doctor, I wouldn't go to my allergist.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Use the correct specialty. And then when it comes to accountants, all right, accountants that specialize in small businesses. Okay, that's the accountant that you want.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of these agencies, if we're talking about the labor board or a lot of these government agencies, they have 800 numbers. You can very often call them and say, hey, please explain to me in English so I know that I'm either being treated fairly. And it, listen, read before you call or ask them, call up and say, hey, can I ask a question and not get into trouble because I just want to make sure this is being done right. And I think that overtime question's probably a good one because I know, I remembered when I worked for one of the corporate stores and the law in my state changed.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody was like, oh, that's great. And I'm in the back of my head going, is it though? Because now they're going to say we can't do overtime. And that took maybe a month before it was no overtime for you. Because before it was doesn't matter. You groom how here's your schedule for 40 hours a week and breaks. But if you want to book more dogs, you book more dogs, you do you. Now, not so much.
Yeah.
Not so much. Okay, it's that time again. We'll be back very shortly. Pet Edge is a leading provider of professional grooming supplies from the top brands such as Andis, Wall, BioGroom, Master Equipment, and many more. Check their website often for new products, sales, and special offers. For a limited time, save 5% off your order with promo code TRAVELER10. Shop petedge.com, the pet professional's source. Ta-da! That didn't hit the thing I wanted to hit. There it is. So there's a lot of little things we can do. And I know spring is de-shed and shave down season.
Mm-hmm.
So ideally, we probably should have done this a little bit earlier. But if you are, for example, in my case, I don't necessarily have access to my garage anymore. Like I technically have access to my garage. I am sitting in my garage. I have access to it. However, I'm not exactly going to be pulling my car into it to go through everything in my trunk to go, all right, I haven't used these products in X amount of time. Are they even still good? Are they expired? Do they smell okay? Do I want to use them? Did I buy them and go, maybe not? Yeah, I can't do that until it's warm because I'm not freezing my buns off outside doing that.
Yeah, you guys got a lot of snow.
We we had such a weird winter. I actively just told my husband because we are trying to figure out anniversary plans, and our anniversary, will have just happened. So we had fun doing something, but we had more of an outdoorsy thing planned. And then I kind of went, is it still going to be cold? Do I want to switch that and maybe say, can we do that for my birthday instead? And we do this other indoor thing. Who knows? So, yeah, we got slammed this year. So, it's okay. There were a couple things that I'm probably going to change with my business, but it's more tiny tweaks at this point.
Okay.
More tiny tweaks. Because for the most part, it's still working for me. Most things are working.
Okay.
But
Me, it's honestly more of the same.
yep.
Right. I'm not making any huge changes. I'm writing another book. This is gonna be a fun book. I guess maybe I'll do updates as we go along in the podcast.
There you go. By the way, I still
Don't bother reading it.
look how well I listen to directions. Mary sent me over something to read, and I went, great, when I get a chance to sit down and read it. And then like later that evening, don't bother. I went in a totally different direction. Okay.
Well, I don't ever count on you reading it immediately anyway.
I,
But once I started writing it, I mean, I had an outline and everything.
uh-huh.
It's in,
Eh.
but for the most part, no, it's not what I initially envisioned it to be. Just saying.
That's fair. That's fair. You know what? House call wasn't what I envisioned it to be either, but it's been even better. So there you go.
Okay.
There you go. All right. And I don't even know what to say about the Atlanta Pet Fair. Even though we were both still there, we were both working.
Oh my God, they barely let me out to breathe. 3 full days of sold out pet tech classes, by the way.
Nice, nice.
And just a little on the little theme of ergonomics, they provide us floor mats to stand on.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes, that
How
is
come none of the other classrooms have floor mats?
because we're there for 3 days, 6 hours at a clip.
Well, okay, that's fair. How
Okay.
come the vendors don't? We sometimes bring our own floor mats, depending.
So 3 full days. I mean, I was able to like during breaks a little bit after the class, like do a run through. So I totally missed whatever apparently drama that's going on, which I'm sure if you go over to Facebook, you'll
Same. Maybe it's died down by now. It's been a whole month. It's been a month. It's been a month. Whatever. It's whatever.
depends on how badly they want to keep that going.
I, yeah. You know, there will always be drama,
Hmm.
and that's okay too. There will, dude. He's the spitty toy again. Yeah, if I ever don't edit out those thumps, that's whatever dog toy hitting my garage door as I toss it. I try to be professional and edit that out. But he just looks so happy when he deposits it on my desk that I have to throw it and give you that noise. Sorry. Our dog's happiness comes above our own comfort, as you know, as you're being gassed out from inside your sweatshirt.
I thought I could wear the sweater tomorrow, but I'm thinking probably not.
It's going to smell like dog farts, is
Just
what
no,
you're saying.
yeah.
Dog farts. All right. That could do it. That could do it. Um, all right, I'm going to hit one more button and you're going to remember what else we wanted to talk about.
Which is
We're going to remember it, is what I'm saying. You
oh,
got 30 seconds. Go.
Okay, you know I love my Evolution swivel shears, and you even know that these customizable shears come in non-swivel as well. But did you know that they're the only ones I've been trusting my sharpening with for around 15 years, and that's how we met? What? You haven't tried their sharpening yet? If so, send in your next batch of sharpening and you'll get one shear sharpened for free with a $75 order just for telling them where you heard about them. Your shears and blades will thank you.
So when's the last time you had your stuff sharpened?
me?
Well, not you. The general you. That's because that's something to look at. Now we're getting into, we made it through the holidays. We made it through, do we have blades that need to get sent in? I just sent in a clipper for maintenance.
Yeah, and I think people forget. Oh, actually, I just want to say something too.
Yeah.
At Groomed this year is the first time I have seen it in a really long time. Judy Cantu Thacker did a clipper maintenance workshop.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, there's a lot of good. Mindy does an equipment maintenance class. I like the idea of focusing on the clippers.
Yeah.
Um, because of course mine did something funky. Like I turned it in different positions and it started not working. So then I took it off. I took it to Atlanta. I said, "Oh, Mindy, you're going to spend some time with Mo. You need to bring it." And then I could not get it to repeat it. When I was grooming, it didn't want to work. When I was trying to show somebody what needed to be fixed, do you think it repeated that? No,
It's not.
no, not at all. It was being a punk. I just sent it in anyway because it needed to. Oh, I gotta change a blade drive is what I gotta do. But Mary, did you remember the other thing we were going to talk about?
Ergonomics.
We talked about making your business still fit you. Does it still work for you? Does your business model still work for you? Are you sick of a van? Do you need a new van?
You're like, no, I thought I would be good at this. I need to be in a shop. Re Take that minute to reevaluate.
Okay. I think it's always good to reevaluate where it is you want to go with your business. Um,
Yeah.
Honestly, I like to take stock of my business in around the fall
Mm-hmm.
is when I like to do that. And then if I'm going to make any changes, I will do it generally the beginning of the year. I'll start making some changes. And then by springtime, which is when this is now being aired, by
Yeah.
springtime, I have probably a little bit a better inkling of whether or not those changes are actually working for me or not.
Yeah.
Or do they still need to be tweaked? I think running a business is you should be consistently evaluating your business.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That makes sense because I always say I try to be a better person and business person today than I was yesterday and tomorrow than I was today. So there are times when I've done things like, and almost immediately I've gone, oh, well, that was a mistake. What can we
Yeah,
do
that's
to
like,
make sure this never happens again?
yeah, let's try something different. Yeah, you know what? And that's fine. It's part of growing as a business owner. I love throwing things up at the ceiling and seeing what sticks and kind of, running with it too. So, um, I like to be open to suggestions.
Yep. One thing we tried when we were at a shop, and we had mixed rate uh successes where we did a prepaid package where it was based on one customer who came in and she went, look, I like to bring my two dogs in once a week, pay this amount up front, and we like them to look like this. Whenever they need a haircut, you give them a haircut, you give them whatever they need, but they're at least washed and fresh every month. And that worked well for them, and that worked well for that client. But then we had another client who tried the same thing, like they prepaid for a year, but they weren't as good at keeping their dogs on a schedule. And eventually I had to say, yeah, um, I can't, I can't groom your dog anymore. It just broke my table. So we decided that that really didn't work as something we should offer because too many things could go wrong. When it went right, it was great. But there were too many things that could go wrong. And that Chessie just wigging out and snapping something off the table was not fun. Not fun. But what are some things you tried in your business that didn't fully work, Mary?
Okay, so we'll talk about some of my big mistakes.
Uh-huh.
Okay. When I first went mobile back in 2002, I offered multiple dog discounts.
Oh my God, I did that too. It was awful. Oh God, no. Oh no. Oh no.
Fortunately for me, those people really were price shoppers and they weeded themselves out pretty quickly, but it did not take me long to take that off my terms of service.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was a
And
big
I
thing.
and the kicker is, and I think so many of us go excuse me, so many of us go through that phase and go through that because on paper it makes a little bit of sense. You don't, there's less travel time. There's less pack up and breakdown if you're house call. There's less doing stuff between and travel time if you're mobile. Like on paper, it seems to make sense. But it seems that the people who really want to take advantage of that are the ones with dogs that are not the most well behaved, that don't keep them on the best of schedule, that don't keep them in the trim that is best for the dog and their lives.
So if you learn nothing else from this show, do not offer
Don't.
multiple dog discounts. Whenever you think, oh, but there's 2 Chihuahuas here, trust me on this, okay?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, because it's 2 Chihuahuas until one Chihuahua becomes a Pomeranian. One leaves, one comes and becomes a Pom. Oh, it's a little. Listen, Poms are one of my favorite breeds. They can be punks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
They can, and I love the snot out of them. You give me a little old Pomeranian that looks like he wants to kill me, and I'm like, oh my God.
Okay.
Small baby, must
So
protect.
when I left and I retired in New York, there was one client that she lived in Connecticut near me. They moved out to New York, and I'm like, I love this dog. When I tell you this dog had my number, Lily Bell could do anything, and yeah. Beth took her over after I left, and let me tell you something. That dog's on the straight and narrow.
It actually started to behave.
Yes.
Yeah. 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 That happens sometimes.
That is a little Yorkie, okay? It happens sometimes, and I am really good with boundaries with pets and people. But that little Yorkie had me wrapped around her finger.
Boundaries was the other thing I was going to bring up. You were supposed to remember.
You didn't tell me you were going to talk about boundaries.
I thought we did when we talked earlier. Whatever. I was going to just throw that in there. Honestly, I am constantly reevaluating boundaries, especially since my mom is calling me for lots of things, like calling me from her house phone to call her cell phone because she lost it.
And of course, she couldn't just call her cell phone.
That's a thing. That's a thing. But explaining to her that she can just call her cell phone herself would actually take less time than calling her cell phone. But there are times when I'm like, I'm not going to answer that call. If it's important, she'll leave a message.
Well, that's my personal philosophy, period.
And I'm really glad I didn't answer that one call the other day, because letting me know that she got the hand cream I ordered for her from Amazon was not important, but apparently it was important enough for her to leave a message, since she doesn't realize that Amazon sends tracking information, and I knew full well that it had been delivered. It's okay. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine,
Mary. Okay. So would you like to know what I am sent my grandson?
Yes. Right after this very, very last button that I almost hit the wrong one on. Not that it matters, because editing's a thing.
Running a grooming business can seem like trying to wear too many hats at the same time when you really just want to focus on your grooming. Enter a pet care virtual assistant trained in anything you need to help run your business day to day. From scheduling and reception duties to social media management, Internet Staffing Solutions has someone trained and ready to fit your needs so you can concentrate on creating those fantastic rooms that keep your business thriving. Check out
That's it.
Okay, so the day I spent in Georgia. So my grandson, they have cats and he loves his cats, but he doesn't have a puppy. He loves puppies. Okay.
Uh-huh.
When we went to whatever museum we went to, they had an exhibit from um not the Ice Age, but the tundra, whatever. So they had wolves stuffed, I mean, not real wolves, but
Taxidermy wolves?
taxidermy wolves and artifoxes, and a lot of the things had like wolves and stuff. So he was absolutely having everything was puppy, puppy, puppy. And it's unlikely they're going to get a dog. Okay.
Yeah, note how y'all, okay, before we started recording, she was like, they're not getting a dog. I'm like, famous last words of parents.
Yeah, they have 3 senior cats. They're not going to get a dog at this point anyway.
At this point.
I say at this point.
Okay, yeah.
My
I
daughter's
say they're getting a dog.
son-in-law saying no permanently to no dogs, but whatever. We'll see how crazy he makes them in order to get a dog.
Mm-hmm.
Just ordered the big Melissa and Doug stuffed husky, which right now is actually taller than he is. Sent to their home. He'll have it on Sunday.
See, there you go. He's got a dog. He now doesn't need another one.
No, well, that's will be her logic on it, but we'll see. He's gonna make her drag that dog everywhere.
How senior are these cats?
Um, Anywhere between 12 and 16.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, they're getting a dog at some point.
I'm gonna say probably.
Yeah.
Or maybe one of those things where, this kid comes home from school one day and it'd be like, but he followed me home.
Do kids still play? Do kids still pull that?
I don't know. I think it depends on the area and where they live. Unlikely because if it's a neighborhood dog, it actually belongs to somebody.
Well, also fair. Yeah. Yeah.
Just having some random dog, the only way that works if one of the parents sets that up in advance.
Yeah, that sounds like something that would happen.
So we'll see. I'll let you know what Cindy thinks if I get an angry phone call or not. Well, actually, probably
Mhm.
not right away because, like I said, if he insists on bringing this huge, if you've been to, well, not at the WPA because we don't have a husky at the moment, but they're pretty big.
Those they are big. They are big. Yeah, I remember them from the pet tech classes. I don't have any of the Melissa and Doug ones because
Big.
they're big and they're hard to transport because they're stiff-legged. I have the IKEA ones.
So, but the WPA is replacing some of the dogs, and some standard poodles are like, eh. And I'm like, if you're replacing and you're getting new ones, get us a husky for groomed and one for Vegas.
Because
Okay,
they're nice and
just
big.
a reminder. So if you're going to Vegas and you want to take the first aid class, I suggest signing up quickly for it. It sells out quickly. There were a lot of people who wanted to get into the class and could not because it had been sold out.
Gotcha.
Gotcha?
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right. We have officially reached that point. We hit all the commercials. I am my ADD is kicking off to deadlines. And there was something else regarding this I really wanted to say, but it left my brain. Oh, yeah. Are you up to date on your CPR certification? However, you've gotten it. When's the last time you've taken a class?
Yeah. They are use them or lose them skills. It's the reason why you have to
Yep.
certify with us every 2 years.
Yep.
Okay. Oh my God.
What did you feed him? What did Ernesto feed him while you were away?
I have no idea.
Mary, are your eyes watering?
They're pretty damn close to watering.
The singeing in the nose hairs is happening. All right. So make sure everything is still working and on point, and use this spring cleaning to get rid of stuff, even if that's toxic clients.
Oh God, we could have another episode on
That's
top.
a whole, yeah. Even it's okay to get rid of toxic clients. So yeah, you cannot be everything to everyone. You can be something amazing to the right people.
Yeah.
And that should be your goal. But not everything to everyone, because that gets really tiring really fast.
It's like some groomers are like really good with dogs that need extra special handling. There are some people, some groomers who have that same skill with human clients who need a little extra handling.
Yes. Yeah. I used to be that groomer in a couple of shops I worked at. I was usually fairly good at it.
If it's a skill. And just like any skill, honestly, you should be charging more for that.
Yeah. But you can't tell them that they're getting the PETA tax. You just have to make sure your prices are where they need to be. And if you have someone who needs the PETA tax, that's when you need to go, oh, we're having a price increase.
For you personally.
For you, the only time a customer, and I know I've told this story before, but the only time a customer pulled, well, because at one time, half of my clients knew each other. Well, I know how much so-and-so is getting charged. And in the back of my head, what I said was, and you just made sure she got a price increase too. That's the only thing you did. But what came out of my mouth was something way more diplomatic.
Oh, no.
Boiled down to, I'm next time I see her, don't worry, she's going to get her prices raised too. It's not just you. Hey, you had a 2-for-1 price increase there. I don't know what else to say.
All right. On that note, Chris.
On that note, guys, safe travels. And what is the next show you will see me at? If this is airing end of April. Ooh, the next show you're going to see me at is Groomed, which is my home show. Yay! Yay.
Oh, wait. I will be at Pet Pro Classic.
Oh, okay. Well, when is Pet Pro? That's in June. That's coming up. That's coming up. All right, guys. You have a fantastic grooming day. May everybody tip and every dog want to kiss you on the nose instead of bite it off. Safe travels.
Well, that was fun. But now it's time to head home. We hope you enjoyed listening as much as we enjoyed chatting with you. If there are any topics you'd like us to discuss or guests you want to see join us on this crazy road trip of ours, let us know in the Traveling Groomers Facebook page. Don't forget to thank our sponsors. And see you next week, guys. Safe travels.